Flynn says we're likely to see an impact by year's end, with anywhere between 50 cents to $1 a gallon more in the Bay Area.
When you see the price of crude oil go up, California is one of the states that feels it the most.
California resident Mary Herrera says she noticed the dip in the last few weeks, but still feels the state's average of $4.90 a gallon is too much. Driving just to get to the market, back and forth every day. It needs to get lowered. The experts are concerned that too much crude oil in the market in an already weakened global economy could weigh on demand for oil in travel and industry sectors. In San Francisco, I'm Shannon Golden, KCBS.
Well, San Francisco Bay Ferry is already considered the cleanest ferry network in the country, but as KCBS's David Welch reports, after a major grant from the Federal Department of Transportation, it's on the way to becoming even cleaner.
In the global competition known as the greenest and fastest ferry network, it's all about going electric. It's been San Francisco Bay Ferry's North Star, and the thing they hope that puts them over the top. As executive director of Bay Ferry, Seamus Murphy is running the offense.
It's moving really fast, and we're trying to stay on the cutting edge.
Murphy's team scored a major cash infusion, allowing them to do just that. The holidays came early this year in the form of an FTA grant.
$16 million, and that adds up to $117 million that we've raised to implement our first phase of electrifying the ferry system.
Golden Gate Ferry, which services Sausalito, also received a grant, and both networks plan to start building electric boats early next year. Step 2 involves outfitting their terminals with charging stations. That should happen over the next few years. Ultimately, the victory lap
Have the best, fastest electric ferries in the world.
in San Francisco. David Welch, KCBS.
Well, the city of Antioch is trying to heal the breach caused by scandal in the police department. KCBS's Chris Sancarlo reports the city is hosting what's being called a Unity and Healing Vigil.
It will be a formal occasion. We haven't done anything like this before, but I'm excited because I think the formalities, believe it or not, I think help build civic pride, help bring people together. And Mayor Lamar Thorpe says that's the point, so that we can talk about, really starting the healing process after what happened this last year. And it's not just related to the racist text messaging, it's the indictments, it's the state charges, it's the endless investigations. He says it's been a painful year. So I hope that this kind of is the first step in the right direction in trying to bring some form of healing, but more importantly, unity, which is why the vigil will be led by Christian, Jewish, and Muslim faith leaders. Thorpe says he will also be recognizing some people who represent unity with the key to the city. Still, though, Thorpe acknowledges that one vigil doesn't make everything better. Well, we're certainly not turning the page on what happened, because there's still more coming. In the East Bay, Chris Sancarlo, KCBS.
Now, more details have emerged about the death of Bay Area celebrity chef Michael Chiarello back in October. Napa County Coroner's Office says that Chiarello died from a loss of oxygen to the brain, caused by a heart attack that occurred while he was already hospitalized for an allergic reaction. Now, it's not known what exactly caused the allergic reaction, but Chiarello was admitted to Providence Queen of the Valley Medical Center for anaphylactic shock back on October 1st. Now we go on over to Larry Kosky to take a look at your Bloomberg Money Minute Report.
Wall Street's best month in more than a year ended with a mostly higher session. Dow Industrials climbed 520. The S&P 500 added 17. The Nasdaq fell 32. Latest economic data shows consumer spending continuing to cool. The government says spending rose 0.2% last month after a downwardly revised 0.3 in September. Personal incomes rose 0.2% last month. Here comes another weight loss drug. Altimmune says its GLP-1 drug Pemvidutide produced a mean weight loss of 15.6% in the phase 2 trial. More than 30% of patients saw weight loss of 20% or more. If you have a Gmail account you haven't used in a while, you may want to log in today. Starting tomorrow, Google will delete personal accounts that have been inactive for 2 years. It says they're vulnerable to hacking and identity theft. Larry Kofsky, Bloomberg Business for KCBS.
Court Furniture Outlet's annual Black Friday event has been extended through Monday. You'll find everything you need to brighten up your home or make your workplace more comfortable. And everything is on sale at their lowest prices of the year. Court prices are always super low because they lease their furniture for use in model homes, movies and television, by home stagers and corporate offices. And when the furniture comes back, they sell it for pennies on the dollar. But now, during Court Furniture Outlet's Black Friday event, you'll save even more on all new and previously rented furniture. New sleeper sectionals with storage, regularly just $5.99, plus sofas from $2.99. Check out their mattress gallery, twin, extra long mattress sets from $149, and California king sets from $49.99, plus free wall art with every purchase. Exclusions apply. Hurry in while supplies last, with locations in San Francisco on Sutter and Van Ness, and Cupertino on Stevens Creek Boulevard. Check them out on Yelp or go to CourtFurnitureOutlet.com. That's CORTFurnitureOutlet.com. Habas Law is a rescue station for people who have been injured.
One problem faced by a lot of people is that their medical insurance doesn't provide what they need.
People come to us with state-funded insurance plans, like Medi-Cal, Medicaid, and Medicare.
When they've been injured, they often find there's a long waiting period before they can get the treatment they need.
And that treatment is often very limited.
Even when you have private insurance and have been extremely injured, you often can't get quick access to the doctors you need.
And then the insurance company, the people who injured you, will say, if they were really injured, they would have gone to the doctor sooner.
When you've been injured, you need to be rescued.
Rescued from the insurance companies.
Our law office is a rescue station for people who have been injured.
We're good rescuers.
If you've been injured, let us rescue you.
Call Habas Law at 1-800-INJURED.
Talk with us, and your day will get a whole lot better.
Hey guys, Matt Coker here with West Coast Men's Health. If you have erectile dysfunction and you're tired of taking Viagra and nothing else has worked, then you need to try acoustic wave therapy. Our technology is highly effective at restoring function by clearing out your arteries and increasing blood flow, which is the true secret of a more permanent solution to your ED or Peyronie's disease. West Coast Men's Health also uses acoustic wave therapy to treat chronic pain, including neuropathy, plantar fasciitis, Dupuytren's contracture, and even carpal tunnel. With 11 locations nationwide and a 4.9 average rating on Google, West Coast Men's Health is leading the way in treating erectile dysfunction. So if you have ED, Peyronie's disease, or chronic pain, be proactive about your health and call us today.
With clinics in San Mateo, Pleasanton, Walnut Creek, and Elk Grove, call 650-407-1168. That's 650-407-1168. 650-407-1168. Online at westcoastmenshealth.com. Traffic and weather together here on the 8th on KCBS. We're going back to Clear River. This just got a new crash on 80 causing problems in Crockett.
Yeah, this is a big one. Listen up. If you are coming out of Vallejo over the Carquinez Bridge toward Crockett, get ready to hit the brakes. 2 semis have crashed. Word is one of them has rolled over. This is westbound Interstate 80, just west of Cummings Skyway. At the moment, all lanes are blocked off. CHP and other emergency responders are on the way to sort it out. But again, westbound 80 west of Cummings Skyway, lanes are blocked and traffic is backed up coming off the Carquinez Bridge. And now I want to head to the Bay Bridge where we actually do have a problem. Eastbound Interstate 80 on the lower deck right around the center anchorage. A car broke down in the second lane from the left. It has also possibly been described as crash. Either way, eastbound 80 traffic is backed up now from 101. Our next report, 10:38 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
All right, thank you, Claire. We'll take a look at your KCBS Bay Area forecast. It's mostly clear skies here at the moment. You're going to see a little bit more clouds rolling in after midnight. Some parts of the Bay Area are going to have a slight chance of rain. Look for your lows to be in the lower 40s for most of the Bay Area. Traffic and weather here on the 8th on KCBS.
Tune in to 95.7 The Gate for Warriors Live. 15 minutes before tip of every Warriors game throughout the season as we get you ready for the action. Actually by Xfinity, the Xfinity 10G network.
Or call 833-422-4255 to ask for medication to treat COVID-19. Sponsored by the California Department of Public Health.
News that matters to you around the Bay, around the world, around the clock. All news 106.9 and AM 740 KCBS.
It's Thursday, November 30th, 2023. Coming up on KCBS.
This is Matt Bigler. The U.S. Postal Service is hiring thousands of seasonal workers to help with the holiday mail crush.
And Israel says Hamas has violated a temporary truce and the military has resumed combat operations. I'm Shane Guinness, 1031.
CBS News special report. The 7-day-long truce between Israel and Hamas has come to an end. The Israeli military says Israel was fired on from Gaza, and its fighter jets are now attacking Hamas targets there. The BBC's Ty Enright with details.
The Hamas-run Gaza Interior Ministry has said that an airstrike targeted a house in western Gaza, with casualties reported there. There are reports, too, of artillery fire east of Khan Yunis in Rafah and in the middle of the Gaza Strip.
The New York Times says Israeli officials learned of Hamas's plan for the October 7th terror attack more than a year before it happened. The Times says Israeli intelligence officials didn't think Hamas had the ability to carry out the attack. Bilal Saab at the Middle East Institute.
There's going to be a day of accountability for sure. It's not today because we're in the midst of war still. The Israeli public are not going to punish or exact political costs on this Israeli government. But that day is going to come.
CBS News special report. I'm Christopher Cruz.
And good Thursday evening to you. I'm Shane Guinness, continuing on with your KCBS newscast. Now, commercial flights are seeing what they say are unthinkable GPS attacks in the skies above the Middle East. Now, crews say signals designed to trick the plane's systems into thinking they are flying miles away from the destination. These spoofing attacks have been happening since September and are causing navigation systems to fail multiple times in the Middle East, but no one knows who's behind this yet. Now, for a better understanding, KCBS's Brett Burkhardt spoke with Todd Humphreys, professor at UT Austin, who researches satellite communications.
Is this a fairly new phenomenon, then?
The idea of GPS spoofing goes back for a couple of decades, but we have never seen it affect commercial aircraft, passenger aircraft, like we have since September. So that is definitely a new phenomenon.
Is it just happening in the Middle East or elsewhere?
So far as we can tell, it's only in the Middle East. It started around Iran in late September, but since the conflict in Gaza, since October 7th, it's been basically all over the eastern Mediterranean and the Israeli region.
Is there another way, if your GPS is being spoofed in commercial aircraft, isn't there another way, I'm thinking dead reckoning, to actually find out exactly where you are?
Well, that's what's interesting, Brett. These aircraft are equipped with multiple GPS receivers and multiple inertial reference systems. This is what they use for dead reckoning. It's an inertial sensor they can flywheel off of in case of a GPS failure. The trouble with these recent spoofing attacks, though, is that the inertial backup systems also get corrupted because when they take initialization cues from GPS, they end up being in the wrong position and they flywheel or dead reckon off of that wrong position. So even the backup systems have been affected.
Could you put this in perspective for us? How dangerous is this?
Well, no aircraft have had any mishaps so far. No collisions, no trouble landing or anything like that. But it's bad enough that several pilots have had to be led to their destination by air traffic control, giving them turn-by-turn directions. And that, as you can imagine, is not a scalable solution. So if there were many of these aircraft affected at the same time over this region, you might find that they truly do lose their sense of orientation and couldn't find their destination. And it could have pretty severe implications.
Especially since there's so many pilots and so few air traffic controllers. You know, and I know some GPS systems in commercial aircraft offer up the speed indicator. Does it affect the airspeed indicator when pilots are being spoofed?
The airspeed indicator that comes from the tow tubes is not affected, but the GPS feeds speed over land to the flight management system, and this gets cross-checked against the airspeed indicator. So actually, there are several knock-on systems that are affected by GPS spoofing. The visualization systems, like I said, the inertial systems, and other parts of navigation. So GPS is pretty tightly embedded into modern passenger aircraft.
Is there a way to determine where these spoofing signals originate? And if so, is it a violation in any way?
Well, it's indeed a violation of the international treaty by the United Nations. We have all promised not to broadcast signals in these specially protected aviation bands, especially because we know how fragile the GPS signals are. So yeah, this is definitely a violation of treaties. As for how we can detect this and whether we can know where it's coming from, my student Zach and I have been working to take data from lower orbit satellites that have been collecting some of this GPS spoofing, and we have located the source of one of the attacks to the eastern periphery of Tehran in Iran. So for that particular attack, which was from late September, we know pretty much to within a couple of kilometers where the attack originated. For the other attacks that are starting in the area of the eastern Mediterranean, around Israel, Palestine, those we have yet to determine exactly where they originate.
Todd Humphrey, professor at University of Texas, Austin, who researches satellite communication. Children Body is here to help. Children Body has served our community for more than 50 years, and we're also the first Tesla certified body shop. Children Body is 15 convenient Bay Area locations to help restore your vehicle to pre-accident condition, and we make it easy for you in your time of need. Children Body is also actively hiring for all positions, including managers, career planners, and body technicians. Come join our growing team and start your new career today at Chilton Auto Body, the Bay Area's leader in collision repair.
Time of giving, and as always, Stevens Creek Subaru wants to give back. Purchase of the any new Subaru vehicle from Stevens Creek Subaru from now until January 2nd, and Subaru will donate $250 to a select national charity of your choice. During the 2023 Subaru Share the Love event going on now at Stevens Creek Subaru. In addition, Stevens Creek Subaru will add another $75 for charity. Since 2008, Subaru of America has proudly donated more than $256 million to more than 2,100 national and local charities. And if that's not enough, buy or lease any new Subaru from Stevens Creek Subaru between now and December 31st and receive 2 Sierra and Tahoe season passes from Subaru of America. For information on Subaru's 4 national charities, call Stevens Creek Subaru at 408-984-2001.
So get a great deal on a new Subaru and have a donation made in your name. It's a win-win from Stevens Creek Subaru. We're easy to find on Stevens Creek Boulevard, just off of Winchester, near Santana Row in San Jose, or online at StevensCreekSubaru.com. That's StevensCreekSubaru.com. Buckle up and drive safely.
The holidays are coming, but for many foster kids, being away from family can be a bit lonely and hard. To help create holiday cheer, Mancini Staples and her Ticket to Dream Foundation are hosting a holiday gift drive for local foster kids of all ages. A new tour gift helps foster kids feel special, play, and even learn. Bring any new unwrapped toys and gifts to any Mancini Sleepwell and make the holidays a little brighter. Learn more online at sleepwell.com.
Traffic and weather together here every 10 minutes on KCBS. We'll call back to Claire Beverly. She's going to take it back to that really bad crash involving those 2 semis over there at Crockett.
Yeah, this is very bad. Full freeway closure technically westbound Interstate 80 coming skyway. All lanes blocked. 2 semis wrecked. One of them rolled over, the other jackknifed. All lanes are blocked here, but as I look at it on the KCBS interview cam, it looks like they're letting traffic pass on the right shoulder. Since that's really back up, traffic is jammed up from the Carquinez Bridge, and it's starting to work its way onto the bridge. So if it's an alternate for you coming out of Vallejo, if you want to take 780 and go over the Benicia Bridge into Martinez instead of taking westbound 80 to Crockett and Rodeo, you'll move a lot better. Update for the Bay Bridge, a stalled cars being moved Interstate 80 eastbound on the lower deck. Second lane from the left is where it was stopped. Traffic jammed from Highway 101, and even past that it stays slow out to the island. And now I have a major BART update as well. There is a problem at the Richmond station, El Cerrito del Norte, and right out all BART service has stopped between Richmond and El Cerrito del Norte. Notice they're using an AC Transit bus as an alternate. Follow us on X for more details at KCBS AM/FM traffic. Your next report 1048 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
All right, thank you, Claire. Well, I guess, yeah, part of the cloudy evening, more places are going to be clearer than not, and you might even run into a little slight chance of rain as well. You're going to have your lows in the lower 40s. If you're up in the North Bay, it's going to be a bit cooler. You're going to have those lows into the mid to the upper 30s. It's going to be a sunny one to start the day off, but we're going to see more clouds and a slight chance of rain later on your Friday afternoon and into the evening. Let's take a look, though, at what your expected highs for tomorrow are going to be. Now, down the South Bay, it's Morgan Hill making their way up only to 60. Excuse me, San Jose is going to have a high of 63, and along the peninsula, Mountain View is going to be at 59. Redwood City and SFO are looking at a high of 62 degrees. And over in the North Bay, Santa Rosa and Napa both looking at a high of 60, while San Rafael's going to make their way up to 63. Over in the East Bay, Livermore's going to be at 60. Look for Concord at 61. Fremont also at 60. Oakland's going to reach up to 62. And crossing over the Bay Bridge, making your way to San Francisco, look for a high of 61 degrees. Traffic and weather.